Once it's gone, it's just gone.
Our planet is heating up fast, causing long-term changes to our weather. That's basically what we're talking about when we say climate change.
It was overwhelmingly terrifying.
The damage is immense.
It's been linked to extremes, from devastating fires to torrential rains and record-breaking temperatures. Some now say this is our last real chance to tackle the problem. But what's brought us to this point? Throughout the Earth's history, its temperature has changed, but the rapid rise we're seeing now is down to us, humans. From the 19th century, coal, oil and gas, known as fossil fuels, have transformed the way we live. But it was only later that we discovered the problems they cause, and by then we had TVs, planes, cars, computers and microwaves. Burning fossil fuels releases gases that trap heat from the sun. That's why they're known as greenhouse gases. And carbon dioxide is one of the major offenders. There's now more of it in the atmosphere than there has been for millions of years. Issues like deforestation are making the problems worse. Look at these satellite images showing trees cut down in the Amazon over just 10 years. They're releasing the carbon they once stored. The world's average temperature is now 1.1 degrees higher than it was in pre-industrial times. Sounds small? It's not. It's already changed our planet. Take the Arctic. Half of the volume of sea ice has been lost since the late 70s. And the temperature is still going up. Even with our current climate policies, the world's heading for a temperature rise of more than 3 degrees by the end of the century. That means the Arctic would see ice-free summers, and the rising sea levels would put hundreds of millions living in coastal cities at risk. There would be more deadly heat waves, droughts, fires, intense rainfalls and floods. So can we stop it? Well, not completely, but we can slow it down significantly. Remember the Paris Climate Agreement? Well, back in 2015, world leaders promised to tackle the problem to try and limit temperature rise to 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels. This would stop the worst effects, but it also requires enormous changes to the way we live. We'd need greenhouse gas levels to be net zero by the end of 2050. That means any emissions we did release would have to be removed. It means swapping fossil fuels for renewables, using electric cars and trains, and drastically cutting down on flying. We'd also have to change the way we heat our homes and the food we eat. And to soak up any excess carbon, we'd need to plant more trees or develop technology that could do the same job. Right now, countries just aren't doing enough to achieve the Paris targets. So why do these deadlines matter? The United Nations has warned the window to act on climate change is closing. And in 2021, world leaders will have to set out, in the greatest detail yet, how they plan to cut their emissions ahead of a major climate meeting in Glasgow in November. It's only then we'll find out if their commitments are ambitious enough.